Tell me
There's
when
no
we're
way.
live.
There's no way. You need a napkin because your fingers stink now.
Fucked around and got it.
No.
Like,
That shit
Are
probably
we live?
actually is like
we
busting
live. Talk That Talk podcast,
now. Nick, you
episode
can go ahead
7.
and put the headphones on when you want. Just so
Before we
wear
get into
those
this
the whole
video, we want to give a very big shout out to the one and only Tacos Chilongo for sponsoring this video. They're located in Avondale, Arizona. If you guys
right
want
off
the
of
best
Dysart
of
Road in McDowell.
look at the taco they gave us for him.
It comes in a pizza box.
In a pizza box. That's called a machete.
A machete.
Wait, is there pork in this?
Hella pork.
Are you serious?
There's
I
hella
think so,
pork.
isn't it,
That's why
beef?
you're fucking it up so much because you have that pork.
No, bro. Y'all are kidding, bro.
Nigga, that's pork.
I don't think it's pork. It's beef. Ugh.
I don't even want
Shout
that.
out Taco Chilongo. Go follow them. Go shop. Go get your tacos.
He didn't
Live.
spit it out because it's not good. He spit
It
it out
was
because he
great.
can't.
It
All right,
was actually
Justice,
really good.
music, that's done.
I
And
already
Justice just wiped his oily ass hands
on my
on
pants.
his papasan chair.
on my Papa San chair. Today is actually a different episode.
Well, we need to catch up first.
Yeah, let's catch up. So what has everybody been up to? What's today? Today is Friday.
Guys, I lost another parlay.
Another parlay. Oh, you gotta
Yesterday.
stop
No,
betting.
listen to me. No, I'm going to tell you exactly. This was the perfect parlay to play, right? This parlay, this specific play fucked up everybody that's sports betting. So
Was it the
listen,
Steelers?
there's the Steelers and the Browns, right? I bet against the Steelers, actually. So I bet moneyline Browns, so that's for them to win. I bet for the score to total up, so both the teams, both their scores to total up under 45.5. Or 45.5 and under, right? And then I bet on yardages like Kareem Hunt, all that shit, yardages, right? Whatever. So, tell me to hurry up. Anyways, nah, hell nah, nigga. So, they fucking, the last play, I had the fucking money in the bag. Put the money in the bag. I had the money in the bag, okay? The niggas literally, the Steelers had to either throw a Hail Mary or get the ball in a touchdown. 9 seconds left, right? I was good with the score. It was 23-17. So it was 40 points. I'm good. I'm like, okay, that's under 45.5. The Steelers try and do this. They throw the ball. Wide receiver catches it. Time runs out. They're doing their backwards lateral passes just to get the ball down the
Backwards
fumble.
lateral.
The Browns recover with a touchdown. 29-17, 46 points.
Damn.
I lost by half a
Shitty.
point.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
That's why I don't bet.
Do you have a problem?
A gambling problem.
A gambling problem?
Every time we come on here, you talk about how you lost.
No, I actually...
You never talk about a win.
No, I actually won a couple. I won a couple last week. But
Yeah.
I don't have a gambling problem. Like,
So do
I'll
you feel
stop.
like your wins make up for the losses?
For sure.
Let me see.
Okay.
What?
wants
Oh,
to
like
see
money?
your track
No, I'm
record.
not throwing bread away.
No,
like
I'm
I'll
like-
pull up my FanDuel after the count. I'm not like negative. Like once I win like $100, I'll bet like 20 of it.
You don't want to see
I
my
don't bet
shit.
big bread. Like I'm not doing that stupid shit. I just do it for some extra bread.
I feel you.
So yeah, you.
But that's how my week. That's how my week went. It's kind of
Nice.
I'll get it this weekend though.
What was your week like? What'd you do?
Same old shit, man. Just
Meetings after meetings.
meetings, business, you know. I enjoy my life, though. I really do enjoy my life.
He's like, let me remind
You know,
myself.
I just, I wake up when I want to wake up. But I wake up early.
Yeah. What time do you wake up? Because I be seeing sometimes y'all be texting me and I be like, yes, I'm up early. I'm definitely up earlier than both of them.
Yeah.
And then y'all have texted me an hour
I'm up
before.
at 5:50, 6 a.m.
Okay,
every morning.
I'm at 6:30.
You niggas are some bats.
But like I choose to do that, and then I go to sleep at like 11.
I don't choose to do it. I have to do it because
Oh,
I have
yeah.
to get the girls ready and get them breakfast, all that type of shit. So
I feel like he's
I mean,
a
I
little
like to-
closer this time. Huh?
I like to do it
that's
though.
what
feel a little
I say.
personal. Feel a little.
I like to do it though,
Like we're actually cool with young Reese right now.
Now you can like dab him up. He said something funny.
guys. I'm really like before this episode started. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm so annoyed at them right now. So
Tonight will be the night
That is exactly why.
fall for you and don't make me feel.
How do you know the whole song?
I don't. It's just the only
it's a good
line.
song. It's a good song.
Okay, so this week I was hooping, you know what I'm saying? I posted some clips let everybody know. I'll speed it up. Let everybody know, you know what I'm saying, that I'm really that hooper out here, and I'm ready to challenge any YouTuber to a hoop session, 1v1. So I'm waiting for, you know, some of them to hit me back.
Make eye contact with them when you call them out.
I DM'd a couple of you guys, so I'm ready for you guys to DM me.
Oh,
back.
you DM'd them?
I DM'd them. I made it personal.
So if they don't respond within a week, you need to post the screenshots on your story and say they don't want the work.
Yeah, they don't want the
and
work.
that will want them to want the work.
Make the
will make
real
them
right
want
now.
the
Make the real right now. Look at the camera and be like, yo, does any
YouTuber, influencer, TikToker, whatever it is, if you want the 1v1 in a hoop sesh, let me know, because I'm waiting for y'all to respond. But yeah, so that's kind of how my week been. I just been, you know, contemplating about Baller's life, you know. But
taking my talents overseas?
On a serious note, on topic of this episode, what we wanted to get to with you guys is we figured we might as well switch it up a little bit and give you guys more of like an insight as to a very crazy time in our lives, all three of us, especially this guy right here. Potentially could have been this guy right here, but it affected all three of us. And so today what we're going to be talking about is how a man in Phoenix, Arizona, some dude in Phoenix, Arizona, attempted murder. It sounds like cliche, but that's exactly what happened. Attempted murder, and on him was aimed for him. It was supposed to be him, and then ended up being him. So I think this is a crazy story that I feel like we want to walk you guys through, tell you guys how that night went and how it affected all of our lives after, and kind of give you guys an insight as to what to do, what not to do in life, because I feel like we were all moving very sloppy, which was rare because you wouldn't go out like that. But me and Fads for sure going out all the time and putting ourselves in dumb situations. I feel like that was like the perfect example of like, all right, yeah, this shit needs to stop. So I feel like it's only right to start with his end of things, because it started with him, transitioned into me being a part of the story, and then ended, unfortunately, with Fads. So let's do it.
Like we're talking about that night, that specific night.
Yeah, just that night.
Like the backstory of why, or potentially why.
Yeah, you might as well, just so it makes sense as to why.
So I make music, as you guys know, and this individual, 3-4 years ago, literally right out the gates, right as I started like kind of gaining numbers in my music, he was like, "Yo, let's get I want a feature." And so I was like, all right, well, I gave him my price. So at the time, my price was low. Like my price was $500 for a feature. And like, it's crazy to think that I went from $500 to my price now. But so he got it at a good price, and he agreed to the price. I put up on him, signed the contract, boom, got the cash, got him his feature back. And then he had hit me up and was like, "Yo, bro," after I got him his feature back, "Yo, bro, let me get a video out of this." And I was like, "Okay, well, just throw me this." And so he felt some type of way because I told him to throw me an extra $500. And so he basically was like, "Nah, bro, like you're like, show some love to the city, whatever." Long story short, he didn't end up throwing me the $500. He felt some type of way because I charged. And so that was my last like running into him. Come my 21st birthday, we all were like about to celebrate it. We all went to a club.
This was being advertised on all like social media platforms. So if you were looking for somebody, and this is exactly goes back to like about the PNB Rock situation, just a bunch of other artists and people that have been targeted by people through social media. Be smart on what you're posting. Wait until you leave to post. Don't be promoting something like, if you know people are looking for you, don't be promoting something, you know what I'm saying?
Well, we ain't know nobody was looking.
I guess you didn't know, but at the same time,
I take pride in like me. I don't have beef with anybody. Like I really don't have beef with anybody. I don't go like, I'm not making music that's claiming a gang, that's claiming some type of color, flag, whatever. No, none of that. Like, I make music that everybody can listen to. Like, there's no
I guess my
controversy
point
over it.
is just like be careful on what you guys are posting because you never know who's watching.
For sure. And so advertising now is going to be there. And so every time I go to a club, especially one that I'm booked at, I go through the back, I leave out the back. Like, that's just how it is. And usually the security that I'm with is carrying. I mean, now they are for sure. But at the time, we weren't really moving with security. Like, I had one homeboy that was like claiming to be my security guard, but like, it was just because he was big.
And this is back when you were actually down to have a drink.
Yeah.
You drank that night.
I did drink that night.
Ever since then, I don't think you ever drank again.
No, I haven't drank since my 21st birthday.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I turned 23 in November.
21st birthday was at that club, right?
Yeah. And so I get a call. So we leave. I end up routing. So I performed. Everybody knows if you come in the club with me and once I perform, I'm ready to leave. If you rode with me, I'm ready to leave. You're not convincing me to stay. So Justice is like, well, I'm staying. Like, Justice is getting faded, whatever. So Justice is like, I'm staying.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time, baby. Oh,
yeah. So I ended up leaving. I leave out the back. I get to my car, and we dip out. So then I get a call, but like
I didn't just stay. Me and Faz stayed.
Yeah, Spads and like a couple other people stayed. I end up getting a call. I'm low-key faded in the back seat. So Pablo reaches in my pocket, grabs my phone, and answers it. Me and Pablo, like, that's like my other brother. So it's like, that's cool if he does that. I'm not tripping. So he answers the call, and this dude is like talking hella shit, like on the phone. And I hear him, and I'm like, bro, what? So I grab the phone, and I'm like, I see his face. I'm like, what do you want? Like, I've not, like, he was talking like hella disrespectful. So I was like, what do you want? You owe me, da 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 da. I'm like, bro, I don't owe you nothing, bro. Like, I got you what you paid for. Long story short, I called Justice. And I tell him, yo, there's some dude out front looking for me. Don't worry about it. Go out the back. Because anybody that knows me knows Justice. Anybody that knows Justice mostly knows me. And so that's just how it works. Like, and I feel like if someone is looking for a brother, if they can't get to that brother and they can get to another one, they're going to do something. So Justice goes out front. And this is where you can kind of take over.
All right, so boom. So yeah, so everything that happened before, I'm not knowing. Just remember, I don't know at this point. For one, I'm faded. For two, I don't know the backstory as to why this dude like even just has this idea in his head that Jordan owes him something. And then for three, I don't know what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm faded. So I walk out, you know what I'm saying, drunk. And I think Fads was like behind me, like few people behind me. I walk out, I'm getting a FaceTime literally as I'm walking out, which is crazy because that, I swear to God, that's God. Because if not, the way the dude, like, imagine like walking out and then just somebody like being right there, literally waiting for you to come out the door. He could have followed us, or he could have been watching us the whole time and just fired off like, and really got like a good distance of a shot off of somebody. But anyway, so walk out and I'm on FaceTime with Jordan, and he's like, bro, like, be careful. What's his name said he's out there and he's waiting for me or whatever. And he's still out there, like, just be careful. So I'm like, all right. And as I'm on FaceTime with him, I swear, like, I'm like holding the phone like kind of like this, and in the back I see like on the FaceTime a dude that looks like the dude that he's describing. So I'm like, okay, what the fuck? So I turn around, and you know, you got that liquid courage. So I start talking, like, I'm like, yo, like, I'm like, what do you want? Like, my brother's not even here, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he's like, nah, he owes me money, he owes me this, and that. Then he said like 500 at the time. So I had cash on me at the time. So I was like, all right, boom. So I pulled it out, I start counting for him. I'm like, here you go, bro. Like, just chill out. Like, whatever he owes you, that's on me. Here you go. And I tried giving it to him, and he's like, nah, it's not even about that. You could tell he was like, oh shit. He's like, nah, it's not even about that. Like, it's the principle, whoop-de-wop. So I'm like, all right, bro. Like, well, then what are you trying to do? What are you here for? Whole time I didn't know that he had a gun. So then he's like, man, I just some. He's like talking hella crazy. And then I had security at the time, and our security was one of our homies, and he kind of like escalated the situation by, you know, I guess he was like trying to protect us, but ended up escalating the situation a lot more than what it should have even been. And basically the dude pulled out his gun and was like, nah, like, fuck that, like, what's up then, da 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 da. And then my security is like yelling at him, whatever. And the dude like starts like walking back, like you could tell he's like kind of like, you know, like trigger happy, like he looked like he wanted to pull the trigger but was also like scared like at the same time. So he's like kind of like looking around like at everybody. All the girls are like going crazy, all the dudes are like, what the fuck. And so he's like backing up, and he probably gets like
20 feet.
Yeah, 20 feet down the sidewalk, and is still walking backwards like with his gun in his hand. And this is like, I'm telling you guys, this is like in the middle of everybody. This isn't like in an alley or nothing. Like this is
in a
broad in downtown.
busy city.
It's broad, like lights on us right now. It's lights that was like right in front of the club, bright as fuck. So everybody knew what was going on. All of a sudden I see like my car come pulling up, so because I guess my homies went and got my car, you know what I'm saying, to meet us at the front. And basically a security guard goes to
The wheel.
I don't know, because you seen a different side than what I saw. So
I
then you could take it away.
So then here goes
Like,
where
1, 2,
Fads
3.
comes
It's
into play.
because it was happening so fast. I honestly, once the car pulled up, there was like something in me that like hit me like, oh shit, this is real. Like I don't know what's about to happen. And he was like backing up, like I could tell shit was just escalating so quickly that I just kind of like blacked out a little bit.
Man, it is crazy. To remind everybody, 30 minutes before me and Justice walked out the front, I walked out the back to leave. And I walked out with the person who was driving me, and we had actually walked out the back, got in the car. This is what, Mom, I apologize. We got in the car, and I looked at him, I said, bro, why are we leaving right now? I said, the shorties are in there. Bro. I said, the shorties are in there, bro. Why are we leaving right now? And he's like, wait, you want to go back in? I said, yes. So we go back in through the back. And this is how I end up back in the club. Because I was about to dip.
Yeah.
So
It's just crazy.
This was right after I left. Like
this
you were
is
leaving
right-
with
I,
me.
I left with you, bro.
That's
Makes
why
sense.
you play chess, not checkers.
I left with you. So I walked back in. And then I was like, okay, back to the table. Back to the table. And then obviously we walked out the front. And all that situation started happening. Justice car pulls up.
And you weren't like, what's crazy is he wasn't even involved in the altercation at all. He's just
Bro,
kind of like,
that was literally like the first night that we met.
Yeah,
Bro, I literally met him for the first time face to face. Fads bought me a bottle for my birthday.
love.
Like legit just came with an expensive ass bottle, and I'm like,
man, yeah, that's me.
I'm like, oh, okay, this is money Fads, okay.
Yeah.
And so, okay, yeah, go
Well,
ahead.
I mean, the car had pulled up, and the security guard that we had went to the car and had grabbed his gun from the car,
Started escalating it.
and cocked his gun and started walking towards the other dude that was pressing the issue. And obviously, you see somebody cock their gun and walk towards you with the gun up in the air like this. I swear to God.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, okay, well, I gotta shoot. The other guy's like, all right, I gotta shoot. I seen the security guard go and grab the gun through the car and cock it, and that's when I was like, oh shit, like this is about to get crazy. So I was like, I thought I was Superman, man. I was like, I gotta stop this. I said, I gotta stop this. So I had went and jumped over those rails, in front of Monarch.
It was like a sidewalk, rails in the main street.
So I jumped over the rail and I went in front of the security guard and I put my hands on his chest. And I said, yo, bro, chill. And the moment I put my hands on his chest, we hear gunshots. So it's like gunshots from across the street. Boom, boom, boom. Right? And I started running. And when I had started running, this is the craziest shit ever. I started running and I seen my arm bleeding. I didn't even know I got shot. So
much adrenaline.
So much adrenaline was in me. And when you hear gunshots, you just start running. And I started running. And when I was running, my arm was dripping down. I mean, my blood was dripping down my arm. And I was like, wait, what the hell?
I know this gives you chills, like
Bro,
just talking about
every
it.
time. And I was like, what the hell? And I start holding my chest because I had got shot one time in the arm and then one time in the chest. And I started holding my chest. And then I started losing sight. I started losing like my hearing. I started getting very slow. I didn't know what the hell was going on. All I knew, I was holding my chest, and I was running, but then I started slowing down. And then Cook had seen me, and he came and put my arm over his shoulder. And you know what's crazy? I remember everything so vividly. Like
You sobered up so quick, huh?
Bro, I sobered up the minute we started talking to the dude outside. But what was crazy was when I seen him, bro, you would not have known that he was shot. Like, he was like, bro, I don't know what's going on. Da, da, da. And I looked at him. The only reason why I knew he was shot was because I seen the blood right here, and I seen him holding his chest, and he was like talking like slow, like, bro, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, and I was like,
I didn't know that. Like,
were you faded, low key?
No, it wasn't that, bro. Because when I got shot, it was just like a quick sting. It wasn't like it was like a tink.
When I seen him holding his chest, I was like, oh fuck, like he's holding his heart. You know what I'm saying? Not this side of the chest, the heart peg. So I'm like,
exactly. And
oh fuck.
So he put my arm around his shoulder, took me to the car, and you know, they threw me in the car, whatever it is. There's 2 drivers. Stacy was the driver. Shout out to Stacy, man.
And you got left, huh?
Bro, I panicked. I was like, just take him, bro. Just take him, go. And they took my car, and then I'm like, oh fuck.
I don't even remember who was really in the car.
But you know what's so crazy is I was literally, so after right as soon as I got the call and I heard, and then I was on FaceTime with you and you were arguing with the dude, I was like, fuck, we gotta, bro, we're already like on the street of the crib. I was like, Sean, bust a bitch, bro. Sean, you know how slow this nigga is. Bust it. So we haul back on the freeway. We're going back downtown. And I end up hanging up with you because you ended up hanging up, putting the phone in your pocket. I call Stacy. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, I don't know. Stacy is like by the front door, right? You guys are like having your guys' conversation.
Stacy was the one that pulled the car around.
No.
Yeah, bro.
Yes, no, Jalen did.
Oh,
Jalen did because
but Stacy was in the car.
No, he was not,
bro. Yes, I telling you, he was.
Yes, he was,
bro. No, he was not.
I was the one in the car.
Is the one that got left.
Listen,
I remember everything so vividly. No, you listen, bro.
He's like, I'm the one that got shot.
Okay. After this, we'll ask Stacy. But okay, I was on FaceTime with someone. It was either Stacy or Braxton. But you know, I remember shit. So it was either Stacy or Braxton. 95% Stacy. So I'm like, yo, what's going on? I don't know. Then I hear gunshots and I'm like, oh, fuck. And then I see the range. Bro, this is on FaceTime. I see the range pulling off. Like, I hear it. The range is loud. Yeah. So I hear, boom.
Jalen, I'm like, whoever was whipping it was whipping that bitch because they skirted her.
I swear it was Stacy that whipped it.
I'm like, fuck.
Because I messaged Stacy the day after. I said, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yeah. And he was like, bro, anytime, da-da-da.
And then I call you. You're not picking up. You finally pick up. I'm like, what happened? You're like, he got hit. I'm like, nigga, who? And he's like, Fads. I'm like, fuck. Then you just hear this nigga Pablo in the back starts crying. He's like, starts panicking. He's like, it's all my fault. I should have never picked up that phone call. I'm like, bro, I said, Pablo, I cannot afford you to fucking have a panic attack. You need to chill the fuck out. It's not your fault. He kept thinking it was his fault. I'm like, either way, that dude was still going to be out front.
That was him being drunk. So
it just, now, how is it affected?
Well, I mean,
yeah, you got to finish the story.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Man. So, you know,
Jordan,
boom, we get in the car. You know, after Cook had put me in the car, 2 people in the front, 1 in the driver's seat, 1 in the passenger seat, 2 people in the back, and then I'm in the middle in the back. And I'm still holding my chest, right? Because I'm like, bro, I see my arm bleeding, so I know I got hit in the arm. But, like, I'm holding my chest, and I'm like, bro, I had got hit. Like, I'm holding my heart, bro. And I was like, okay, I got hit. I got hit in the chest. And they keep yelling at me, right? They keep yelling at me, and they're like, bro, keep talking. And I'm over here just, like, looking at them, not saying a word, bro. I remember everything so vividly.
Because you're probably just, like, trying to make sure.
I'm going to tell you exactly what I was thinking, bro. So I'm holding my chest, bro, and you know, at that time, this is the shit that gives me chills. You know, like I was like, okay, I got shot in the chest, and then I started thinking, I was like, damn, bro, like I'm about to die. Like I was like I'm about to die. And
especially thinking about it being in your chest probably trips you out. Like, bro, this is my heart. Like this is not,
because everybody thinks it's like everybody knew. Okay, I grew up like knowing. Okay, if a bullet hits your chest, you're dead.
You don't want to get hit there, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so do you know when people like are about to die, they start to like pray to God for like forgiveness, like I'm sorry for this. I didn't do that. What I was doing is I was actually, the whole time people were talking to me, bro, I was talking to God, and I was like, bro, thank you for my family, thank you for my health, thank you for, you know, the friends around me, thank you for this, thank you for that. And I started giving gratitude for, and this is a true story, bro. I started giving gratitude for everybody around me, because if I was like, this is the last shit that I want to say before, you know, whatever, if something happens. And then at the last, after I started giving gratitude, I was like, just why, this was like such a real conversation I had with myself in that moment. I was like, just why do I have to die before, like, my dad? And I was just like, damn, bro, like, and then I don't cry in front of people at all. You're never going to see me cry, ever. And I didn't cry at that moment. And we had pulled up to the hospital. And when we pulled up to the hospital, this is during COVID times. So, like, not even one person can come in the hospital with you.
So you started probably freaking out. Like,
so they brought the bed out, and they put me on the bed, because we pulled up to the ER, and all these nurses and doctors came running out because somebody went in there and was like, yo, he got shot. Boom, boom, boom. So they pulled the bed out, and doctors and nurses came. They put me on the bed, and they rushed me through the hospital. And when they were rushing me through the hospital, bro, I'm sitting in the hospital bed getting rushed through the whole hospital.
Like nurses and shit like freaking out,
bruh. Everything was moving slow. Doctors were moving slow. Nurses were moving slow.
Like literally,
like,
or
no,
just
my vision. Like
you?
It was like, bro, you know how movies like, bro, this
it's
is
like
so
ding,
crazy.
ding,
yes,
ding,
bro,
ding.
and it was just like zoom, zoom, and it was just moving very slow. And I was
feel like
just
I'm in the hospital. I feel like I can picture it.
Yeah,
like,
bro, this is why I'm trying to
bro.
explain it like this, because it's like I want people to understand. And that's when I just started breaking down crying, bro. I just started crying. I was just like, fuck. And I just closed my eyes. And this is because I knew it was real. Once I started seeing everything move slow, I didn't want to see it move slow anymore. So I closed my eyes, and I just started crying. And they're taking me through the hospital, boom, boom, boom. And they start ripping my clothes. And, you know, they start ripping my clothes. And this is I'm not trying to say anything, but this is literally what gave me a little giggle.
Because you have prime designer and shit on.
They were ripping my clothes, and they low-key ripped my chain off of me. They broke my chain, but they were ripping my clothes. They cut my shirt open, and then they were cutting my pants. And remind you, I told you I was crying. I was, you know, like this. I felt my pants being ripped like scissors.
Don't tell me you woke up like,
bro. Right when I felt that shit, I said, these are $1,200 jeans. I said, what the fuck are y'all doing?
You're hallucinating.
And she looked at me. She said, $1,200 of your life. I'm like, oh, okay, bet, you know. And then they started giggling, and I started giggling, and that's when the pain low key went away, bro. I stopped crying. They took me into the room. They started like doing a whole bunch of shit on me.
You went through a bunch of different emotions, but 3 major emotions. You went through one where you were kind of shocked, and you were like,
kind of.
oh, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this happened. Mm-hmm. And then when you were in the car, you were going through
a gratitude.
You were low key accepting it. Like, you were low key, and it sounds so bad to say, but like you were low key accepting that you were 95% going to die.
Yeah, absolutely.
If all goes bad, I'm accepting like I'm dying right now, and I need to give gratitude to the things around me. And then you go through this emotion where you're like, okay, no, I don't want to accept this. Like, I can't go out right now. And that's when you start breaking down. You're realizing, okay, no, I just accepted that I was going to die, and I'm not giving up yet. Mm-hmm. And so that was probably you going through an emotion like, no, I don't want God to think that I was giving up to where my life just ends right here. Like, I need to fight. And then once you see those doctors around you, you get comfort to where you're like, they're here to save me. Like, and when you got that thing where they're like $1,200 of your life, that little joke probably eased your mind.
It eased my mind
like
so
hella
much, bro. And you know, then they started operating on me, and then, bro, you know, a bullet had hit me right here in the arm. I got it tattooed over. It hit me right here in the arm, and it came out right here in the middle. Then there's another bullet that came. I got it. There's another bullet that came on the side of my chest, literally right here, and went out through the middle of my chest. You never knew?
No, I didn't know it went.
It went in through the side of my chest, right here, literally right here, and it came out through the middle. So the doctor had.
Bro, that literally missed.
They said it was a half an inch away from your heart. And that right there, bro, this is my mentality towards the thing. It was money didn't mean shit right there. All it was time. I learned, this is one thing that I learned. I learned that you could drop money, you could pick money back up, but you cannot drop time and pick time back up. So when I realized that, I was like, damn, bro, like, you know, what was I thinking about when I was going through the car? I was thinking about my dad. I was thinking about my family. I was like, okay, what do I have to do when I get out of here? I was like, I got to do something now. Like, I was like, bro, I can't ever go through something like this again. I was like, I got to do something now. So they had patched me up, bro. Both bullets went right through. They had patched me up, and the crazy thing is, I got out the hospital 6 hours later.
Before you continue your story, what's crazy is I pulled up to the hospital as he's in there, and the saddest thing to me, like, I felt like, for some reason, I felt like a sense of like, damn, this is like our fault, like, blah,
That's
blah,
how
blah.
it was. It was my first, bro, it was 2 hours into meeting him. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
not necessarily like it's my problem. Like, it wasn't like, oh, it's your fault. Like, I know you've never really looked at me like that, but like, in a sense, it started with me accepting that feature.
Yeah, and I seen his mom and dad pull up. That was the saddest thing, because like his mom was hysterical, like his dad was like, I don't even think you knew that, but like I was
Yeah.
there, and they were like, I'm telling you, bro, it was a lot of people out there waiting for you that were
There was a lot.
like going
I got
crazy.
so many phone calls.
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
The phone call, this is the thing that hurt me the most. The phone call to my mom and dad. Like, imagine waking up 3 o'clock in the morning and getting a phone call from my cousin, which my friend had called my cousin, and my cousin had reached out to my parents, and they're like, hey, Fads is in the hospital, he just got shot. Like, that's crazy. And then when I put myself in their position,
That just gave me chills.
and I was just like, what the fuck? If I got a phone call waking up in the middle of the night saying my son got shot, or even somebody that I loved got shot, oh my God, bro, what the fuck is
Freak
going
out.
through my mind right there?
I don't like, that's one thing. I just had like one of my like really close friends. He lives in a different state, but like really close. I talk to him every single day. His little brother just passed away, just got shot. And like, as soon as I heard that, as soon as he told me that, I started thinking like, I don't even like, you don't know how you would react to something like that until if you were to ever get in that situation. Like, I don't know if I would, if God forbid, if he were to ever get shot, or anybody like in my bloodline that I talk to closely, like even not even blood, just someone that I look to like a brother or sister, like I'm grateful that I haven't had to lose anything like that yet, or if it were to ever happen. But I don't know what I would do. I don't know if it would be like my first option is just revenge and I'd throw my life away, or if it's like asking why, if it's I really don't know. And that's the scariest part, is like tomorrow is legit never promised. I know when you woke up that next day, you're like, damn, this shit really almost just happened. And it happened that quick. It happened literally in a split of a second. Your life could have just been taken if you moved a half inch to the left.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
So how did moving forward, like, what did that like story and that time how did that affect your life?
Yeah,
like,
you answer that, and then we'll kind of
good and bad.
I mean,
because this is the first time you ever told, like, I feel like this story in depth. I know you tell
Yeah.
it like sometimes.
I tell it sometimes.
This is the first time we've ever spoken about this on social media.
That's facts.
for certain reasons, but yeah.
After that had happened, you know, I wasn't a sign of, I remember everything that happened. So I was like, damn, bro, like, I told you, it was like, I gotta go and get it now. I got out the hospital, bro. The same day I got out the hospital, Matt, our special guest that we just had last week, had flew in the same day because he had an event in Arizona, and I was supposed to speak at that event. It was like 200 people, and it was nighttime. The event started at like 7 p.m. I got at the hospital at 11 a.m. And
I remember you were there.
and I went to the event and I spoke at the event, and I was like, and that's what I told you. I got that satisfaction of, bro, I gotta go and get it now. I was like, this is my business. This is the shit that I love.
Do you feel like it has made you work harder?
Hell yeah. I started being grateful for little things. You know, I remember in that moment, I was saying thank you to all these things, and I started being grateful for just the little things, bro. The little things people do, just the acts of services, little shit, man.
The smallest things.
I wasn't aware of that before that happened, and now I started being aware of everything, bro. So, you know, friends, family, whatever it was, if you thought about me, if you did a little something that just made me, I noticed it, and I gave gratitude and appreciation to it, and I realized that was like something that was like a key to success, bro. Like, you know, it was a blessing in disguise. Like, not to say you have to get shot for it to be a blessing, but it was a blessing in disguise.
Everybody's blessing in disguise is different. Yours
And
just
mine
happened
was
to be.
near death situation, and so after that, boom, I started praying to God every day. I started meditating, bro.
Yeah, I remember that.
I started reading. I just started doing different things. I started moving different. We didn't go out that much a lot. Like, we stopped going out. We stopped hanging around a lot of people that we were hanging around.
He's speaking for all three of us.
And you know, life just got so much better. My mindset got 10x'd. My emotional mindset got 10x'd. My physical body 10x'd. My financials 10x'd. Like, everything after that moment was a pure pew. And it was because of that moment.
But it also, like, that just shows that, like, what we just said, blessing in disguise is different for everybody, because someone could be the same age as you, same job that you do, everything, and they could be in the same situation. They just got shot the next day. They could be like, no, I'm done. Like, and their life could have went down. You just chose to level up off of the situation rather than let it tear you down more than what like, there's a lot of different rock bottoms, but you hit rock bottom already.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that end up having hella bad PTSD off situations like that, and fuck around, and they can't even go out in public because they're afraid that everybody's like targeting them and all types of stuff. So for you to be able to turn something so bad into good, that's crazy.
And what's crazy is I didn't, literally after that situation, like, I didn't see you for a while. And that wasn't because, it was just because that was our first time meeting. I know we talked the next day about it. And I remember like I was apologizing. And I know you were kind of like, there's nothing to apologize for. But it was just my mindset. I was just like, look, like, he was a part of my life. I mean, I didn't talk to him like he was important, but I brought it, like, I did a feature for him. I have a song with him, and then this happened. Like, I don't know if that would have never happened. And it's so crazy. It's like, I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason, whether it makes sense or not. And it just, like you said, like, it just happened to be you getting shot that made you just, and not to say like you had a weak mindset before that. You were still a young entrepreneur, like, getting to the money, all this shit, but you leveled up off of it, like, in a good way. And like, I remember the next time I saw you after that situation, like, after someone gets shot, like, you go in expecting them to be a little different. But I thought, and this is me being honest, I thought it was going to tear you down, and it didn't. And that's like a big, I give flowers, because something like getting shot, like our stepfather has been shot before, and like to where his like intestines were hanging out of his stomach, and something like that sticks with you like for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it didn't really hit me, bro, until You know what's crazy, bro? It never hit me that I got shot until and people were texting me and calling me, bro, like this, and that, and it never hit me, bro. And then 3 days later, I was talking to Bryce on the phone, and Bryce had started crying, bro. He started crying. He's like, bro, we could have lost you, like, and that's when I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then I got off the phone with him, and I was in the room by myself, and I was just like, damn, bro, like, I could have lost my life. Like, I could have been gone today, and you be gone today. Yeah, like, at the end of the day, I seen something. It's like, you're gone today, RIP today. You know, your funeral's next week, and then it's like, bro, the only people who are going to mourn about you are your family, right? Everyone's going to forget about you in a month, 2 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years.
And then on your birthday.
Yeah, bro. So, like, how I think about it is I'm so grateful to just be here and just learn from mistakes like that, bro. Like, you know, and I thought about it, I was like, you know what, I'm going to just add it to my story. I'm going to put it in my book when I write my book.
Right.
It's gonna be a great lesson in my book, and I'm gonna put it in my book.
I think like the main thing that I took from the whole situation, fortunately you were able to come out alive, thank fucking God, because I think that would have hurt a lot of people for sure. But I think the main thing that I ended up taking from your situation, or from that situation, is moving forward, it was kind of like, all right, the people that you're moving with and your circle and the environments you're putting yourself in and what you're doing, what you're preaching on social media, like, all ends up having a domino effect. And I feel like you putting yourself in certain situations, like, you know, like, for example, I don't go to the club like that anymore because of the fact that, one, I got a girlfriend, but two, because I know that every time we've been to the club, remember back in the day, like,
Man.
that around that time, we would go to the club so consistently and with the wrong crowd that, like, it was almost like going to the club, we were expecting something to happen. And it was like, you just get like this rush of like butterflies, like, fuck, like walking into the club, like, all right, here we go. Like, we're going to try to have as much fun as possible. But at the same time, the whole time I'm thinking about, damn, like, I just pray that nothing bad happens. And so, like, moving forward, definitely moving smart with like posting on social media is important. I feel like who you're surrounding yourself with definitely took a toll after that situation. Definitely cut out a lot of people out of my circle just by getting vibes that they were bringing bad vibes. And then obviously the big one, just being grateful for life. Even though I didn't get shot, I feel like just seeing you being able to get out of that and turn something bad into good, I think it helped with a lot of, you know, trying to level up. It took a minute, but like learning the process of life and like understanding that you got to be smart and play, you know what I'm saying, play chess, not checkers.
Yeah,
there's
you know,
go ahead.
all right. There's one thing that I took from, you know, that as well, and both of us kind of can attest to this. Most of the times that we think these are the friends I grew up with, or these are friends that I hang out with, so basically whatever they do I have to do, right? Sometimes we think that we're a product of our environment, and you don't have to be a product of your environment. You don't have to hang out with the people that you hang out with. You don't got to be in the same settings as those types of people. I've realized that instead of being a product of the environment, you can make the environment a product of you. So what you did, and I give you congratulations on this, is you went and separated yourself, and whoever wanted to be in your environment and whoever wanted to be a product of your environment, you accepted them to be a product of your environment. Now, you stopped hanging out with certain people, and you only accepted certain people to be in your environment, and you know that's dope. As well as me too. You know, all of us actually. And I think that's the most important thing is really just changing up your environment and seeing who's really there for you, and who's really there for you to see you win. And certain things like that. And then there's certain people that really do want to bring you down, man. There's certain people who feed themselves off of your positivity, and they try to get the positivity too, not knowing that brings you negativity.
I think it's that, yeah. I definitely think that certain situation that happened, I mean, like, I was always the one that was telling Justice, like, don't be moving without security, bro. Like, it's not worth it. Pay the extra few $100 the nights that you want to go out. You got the money, do it. And even since then, like, I don't even want to literally, and this is not me saying that dude's hard for what he did, no, nothing like that. Like, I'm not scared of him in particular. I'm just scared of the people that have nothing to lose. Mm-hmm. And so ever since then, like, I've been like real strategic and choosy on what events that I choose or pick and accept. And when I do, I make sure I'm moving right and stuff like that, because literally that split second I saw in the blink of an eye, like, this shit could have been over.
I feel like too, like,
and I never got the chance to like look you in your eyes and say thank you. And like, I know it wasn't on purpose, but you legit took a bullet for me indirectly. Mm-hmm. And who knows if I were to stay and not walk out the back and walk out the front and not know that dude was out there. And it sucked because I never knew if he was satisfied. I still don't know if he's satisfied with what happened. And so that's why, we move the way we move. Mm. But yeah, I mean, it changed my life too, like, without getting hit, but it did. And so,
and
kudos.
The big thing too is, like, make sure you guys are waking up every single day. I saw something that said, like, if I gave you $1 million right now, you're going to wake up tomorrow. What are you going to wake up tomorrow like? Mm-hmm. What are you going to wake up tomorrow like? What are you going to feel like tomorrow when you wake up and you have $1 million in your bank account?
Shit. I mean, it's different for certain people. Me, if I had $1 million in my bank account the next day, it's just like...
But you just got handed. You're going to be grateful, happy.
Yeah,
you're going to wake up...
I'm going to pray to God.
You're probably not even going to be able to sleep, right? You're going to wake up like, all right, let's get tomorrow started. Like, let's get it. Where we spending this money? Where we putting this money? And I saw something that was like, now, if you had that attitude every single day waking up, your days are going to be so productive. Your life is going to be so great because you're just going to be thinking about how grateful you are. So every morning when you wake up like you have $1 million in your bank account, so that way, if, God forbid something does happen, you lived your life to the fullest and you accomplished everything that you possibly could. And I feel like just making sure, like, I know we can prevent so many different things in life by moving certain places and all that, but then there's also that other factor where you never know what can happen in life. So make sure you guys enjoy it and take advantage of it, and don't take those people around you for granted, or anything around you at all. Like, fuck the material things, because when you get in a situation like this, like he said, like, all this clothes and jewelry and shit we got on, like,
don't mean shit.
It don't mean nothing. So, as long as you're happy, like, you know what I'm saying?
I think when I told you guys that you can drop money, you can pick money back up, but you can't drop time and pick time back up. There's this thing that goes, if you woke up every single day and you had $86,400 in your bank account.
Why so specific?
Listen. In your bank account every single morning, but at the end of the day it restarts, so you have to spend that $86,400 every day, right? So what would you do with that $86,400? You would spend it. You would go crazy every day. You'd be like, okay, I only have $86,400. I'll go crazy today.
Let me guess. That's how many minutes are in a day?
That's how many seconds you have every single day. So it's like every day you rinse and you repeat. You have 86,400 seconds every single day. So when you wake up, when you wake up,
that's a fact.
Yeah, it is a fact.
Fun fact for the episode.
So when you wake up, it's how are you going to spend those 86,400 seconds?
I like that.
That might be a brand. 86,400.
I like that. But
86,400.
To wrap it up, all in one, I think this episode just was to teach everybody to be grateful for what they have in front of them right now, even if it's not screaming, be grateful for me. Like, you're just grateful to wake up. You're grateful to, and everybody has struggles. Everybody has their differences and stuff, but
life could be a lot worse.
Life could be a lot worse, whether you want to believe it or not. And it's all how you make it out to be. So, in that case, Thank you for coming to another episode of
Yes,
Talk
sir.
That Talk.
Yeah.
And learning a little bit more about us in the personal space. I know, yeah, I definitely, I don't know. I think this was a good, I like doing these.
I learned
was,
some things about y'all in this episode that I
Same.
didn't know before because we've never really sat down.
We've
three
never
and
really
about
talked
this.
about the situation.
We've always. I mean, I think I've talked about it with Cook before, but I've actually really never talked about it with Reese. So it's
Yeah.
like it was good,
Especially like
hearing
in
that.
depth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video or this podcast. Make sure you guys go ahead, check out all our socials at jcook2jiggy, at Big Fads, and at It's Young Reese.
Bro, he needs to get my shit right. It's Young Reese. Put some respect
It's
on
just
my
Young
name.
Reese?
Put some respect on
I
my
be
name.
thinking you're just saying-
also, $100 giveaway.
I was just about to say that.
Don't forget about the $100 giveaway. The directions are in the description down below.
No, we have to give away the 100 right now.
No, we'll do that on the next episode. Next episode will be the $100 giveaway.
All right.
So the directions are in the description down below. So make sure to do that if you want to be featured or if you want to win the $100 giveaway.
If you want
Thank
your
you for
bank
coming to
account
another episode,
yeah.
and we out this thing.